It's looking like Thursday is gonna be a long night for us here in Australia. If the whispers about this April 16th state of play are even half right, Sony is trying to pivot the conversation away from those hardware price hikes and back towards the actual software roadmap for 2026 and beyond. There's a lot of noise, but a few specific leaks are carrying enough weight to actually pay attention. The biggest one for me is the rumored reveal of the next Metro, supposedly titled Metro 2039. We've known 4A Games has been working on a sequel for years, and they've been vocal about how the war in the Ukraine shifted their perspective on the series' narrative. If this shows up, I'm expecting something that pushes the PS5 Pro hardware. Exodus was already a technical benchmark for ray tracing, so seeing what they can do with a dedicated current gen engine is the main draw. The rumor says it's a direct continuation of Artem's story, hopefully I said that right, focusing on the dream of returning to the surface. It's exactly the kind of gritty single player focus the PlayStation audience is starving for right now. Then there's Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac has been silent for a long time, mostly because of that massive data breach a while back that leaked half the studio's internal plans. If it's at this state of play, we need to see actual uncut gameplay, no more CG teasers or in-engine vertical slices. We've had plenty of Spider-Man, we need to see how they handle a more linear, brutal combat system that doesn't just feel like a reskin of their previous work. It's targeting a late 2026 release, which would make this the perfect time for a deep dive. The Wildcard League is this God of War spin off, centered on Faye. I'm skeptical. Santa Monica Studio is incredible, but do we really need a prequel explaining things we already understand through the environmental storytelling of the last two games? Usually, when rumors of a smaller spin off surface, think Miles Morales or Lost Legacy, it's Sony's way of filling a gap in the release calendar. If it exists, it'll likely be a 15 to 20 hour experience designed to bridge the gap until their next massive IP. It'll look stunning, sure, but I'm more interested in seeing if they're actually willing to take risks with the combat or if it's just more of the same over the shoulder cinematic action. Look, Sony needs a win this week. Between the $1,000 price point for the base console in some regions and the lack of a clear 2026 first party lineup, they've lost a bit of that player first momentum they had in the start of the generation. A state of play with Metro, Wolverine, and a few surprises might settle the nerves, but only if they show the games are actually close to being finished. We're tired of seeing logos for projects that are 3 years away. I'll most likely be watching live on Thursday night if I'm not working. Whether I'm actually excited or just annoyed that I stayed up until 4 a.m. remains to be seen. What are you actually looking for? Is Wolverine enough to justify the current state of the ecosystem, or does Sony need something completely new to get people back on board? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you want to see how these games actually run when they drop, I'll probably drop a few gameplay videos over on Stratix Gaming. I'll catch you guys in the next one.